Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope that you are feeling amazing, phenomenal, real rested, blessed, adorned, grounded, and respected. This is when you decided to practice a new move. That's great. All right. That is Ruhi. Um, and yes, my name is Latisse. I do readings on here, as well as you can book readings with me down below. Okay. I also have a podcast that you can check out where I talk about dreams, life, all that good stuff. But with that being said, created in and out of the way, let's get into this. So I wanted to come on here. I felt very drawn to Whimsy, just to lore and like fairy tales and like that type of energy. Hilarious. He's sitting next to my fairy box, extra close. Him and the fairies be talking. Get away from the fire. Get away. Now we know that the salamander is here. Salamander energy. You have to back up or come forward. But that just called me to want to do, i.e., why he's so active right now, my animal deck. So I wanted to go ahead and set that up because it's I want to say it's one of the most whimsy decks I have. Besides the like chime and but like in regards to like the way I think of whimsy, I always think of animals. I always think of creatures and that sort. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull into this and see what message the spirit has for you and why we were drawn to this today. I need you to behave yourself, Ruhi. I need you to behave yourself. Thank you. I'm going to open the back window before I get fully started. Let's pause. Alrighty, and back, like I never left. So let's go ahead and get into why we're feeling this whimsy energy, this whimsy spirit happening for us here. For you guys, the collective we. Shit. Let's get into this. For the collective spirit. I was also pulling this morning just for myself personally. I was getting octopus energy. That's hilarious. Pulled in here, so that can be significant because I was thinking about something and how I was proud of myself for not oversharing in a way that was, because sometimes the octopus energy comes in and sometimes you overshare as a means of adding, and is that feeling like intimacy or connection with someone when all you need to do is share about yourself, and that is the connection already. You don't need to add in the extra details, this and that, and why you did it. Sometimes unless they ask, of course you can, but it's like that's not needed. And the fact that you guys also got the spiritual energy coming in here with the sea serpent, a spirit card, like I said, it's this folklore lore, this whimsy energy that's happening. And so the dolphin energy is very just intelligent, intellectual. Deer energy is feminine, nurturing, confident energy. So we're going to go ahead and pull into this and see what spirit has for you. Let's say the last card, camel energy. Okay, so we have water, earth, fire, and spirit. That'd be hilarious if the last one was. Oh my God. I was literally just making a joke. I was just making a fucking joke. But I was literally thinking that the hilarious that the last one was air. You literally have all the elements, including spirit. Come on. Let's get into this message. Nightingale singing, vocal, like I said, sea serpent. I think this is sacral chakra if I'm not wrong. I feel like I'm not wrong. So I'm going to go with that. Energy and allowing yourself that revelation, the camel energy of being able to hold a lot of things inside of yourself. The fat is actually fat back there, and there are two humps or one hump, depending on what they are. Okay, let's get into what is and isn't working, how it all attributes. That is crazy. We're going to read it as it is laid out, okay? I'm also here, we're going to pull some extra cards. They really just want me to read what is and isn't working, because they're saying the message goes deeper than that. Ashe, that is the end. So we're going to go here. That's the start. All right. So the keywords are innately intelligent, a healer, light, blessings, right? When in balance, you are an active healer. You are strong with your spiritual practice. And I feel like this is like I said, I was picking up on signs all day today, pretty much. Like I said, I was getting the octopus energy for myself. Where he was extra energetic. I kept seeing like floating white things around, and it was just a lot. And then I was also drawn to like my metaphysical deck, my Whimsy deck, my forces, and like things that are just nature is in a way supernatural if we really think about it. Like we are also supernatural. So it's like this energy of when you recognize strong spiritual practices that everything that you do has a deeper spiritual dive into it. It allows you to actively heal and incorporate things in your life. It says when you're out of balance, you underestimate your own power, right? So you question it, you're not sure of it. You get what underestimates your own power. You're like, did it really work? Did the candle magic really work? Did the prayers go up correctly? Um, did I interpret that reading correctly? Did I, whatever it is? This is just from my own pickings on my own brain, just for examples. Ashe. It says to bring into balance like-minded spirits. You don't have to have the same goals that you're reaching to have a like-minded spirit around you, but the dolphin energy has like-minded spirits. They all may look the same, but they think differently and do differently, okay? And as do you. But when you have like-minded spirits, when your energy, your drive is driven from a purpose that is really deep within self, that is loving of self, and putting that action to allow that allows in for that expansion of knowledge and intelligence as well as the blessings, okay? Then we pull into the deer energy. Like I said, this feminine energy. Feminine energy is receiving. Earth energy is very grounding. We see in the elk, which means we should soon see the deer. Ashe. We have loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. Okay? It says when you are in balance, you are receptive. You are ready to receive. Also, with coming in here, receiving, it's allowing you to. Some people feel like when you're getting messages channeled is like it's bombarding you, but when you're receptive, you know what isn't and it isn't for you. That's why us as a lot of readers say take only what resonates, because when you start to just try to take in everything, you don't know how to tune into what you're truly receptive of. And I feel like you've honed into that. You've honed into no one's like, you know what, I'm feeling called to this. No, I'm not feeling called to this. I know this is just here because it's life. And so that allows you to balance out a whole lot more in receiving uh, your credit for your hard work, your credit for you being you, and that recognition. We have compassionate and nurturing, going back to that healing energy, going back to that intuitive feminine energy. It literally says it represents the feminine aspects. So taking this into account, this water, this feminine up top, it's allowing you to really sit in your regality, really sit in a higher position of self, to know that it's almost like I don't need to judge others. It gives me the metaphysical deck that I have, the weed cannabis metaphysical deck that I have, where it's like I don't need to. If they say the eagle, sorry, it says the butterfly doesn't care what the eagle is doing or how high it can fly because it doesn't even eat the same thing, right? And so I feel like with this compassion and nurturing, you recognize I don't need to compete or be like anyone else in any way. What is that? It like came and it went, and I didn't kill it. So I gonna be sorry. Sometimes we're trying to kill shit. But it allows you that to see people who they are and recognize where they are. That also leads back to that like-minded spirits where you're like, this person just isn't for me. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing right with them. They just aren't for me. And so that allows you to lead in a way that's more compassionate to yourself when you make mistakes, and also when other people make mistakes, and taking that true accountability. It says when you are out of balance, you are concerned and protective. There's a difference between cautious and being overly weary, overly worried, overly paranoid. And I feel like you are learning that balance to recognize when it's time to, like I said, be cautious. Well, not be, yeah, we'll be cautious, but like the deer, it's alert, it's attentive. It knows when to pull it in, and knows what signs is for them, and knows what messages are for them, and it takes it and it leaves the rest. It doesn't allow it to be overconsumed. Because that's like, oh, this can happen and this can happen. something from a plane can fall out of the sky and hit you and you in your house and you never left. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But so it's like you can't be overly paranoid, and I feel like you're balancing that. It says to bring to balance nature, stepping into nature, being around nature. If you can't be in nature or around nature, bringing nature into your home with plants, flowers, um, pets, things of that sort. We also have children. Like I said, this whimsy, this childlike energy, allowing yourself that freedom to just roam and to be and take that in. So that is coming in for you with this earth. Let's pull in where we're going, spirit. They're saying nightingale, air energy, or be around children. I used to tell people that like, hey, you want a kid or you just want to be around children? Because if that's the case, like people, the babies that are born addicted to, substances, they need to be held for a long, long time. You can go hold them, They're like, a lot of people like, oh my God, I didn't know. I'm like, yeah, just go help a kid. Do you really want to get, and I'm talking about people younger, when I was in my younger years that was saying they wanted, like, hey, yo, we just got out of high school like a year or two ago, and some people be saying that in high school. So that can be a sign. It ain't my business to judge. But it's just like sometimes you don't really want it, you just want a connection. And finding that like minded connection is what it truly is. Looking at things from a different perspective can be what it truly is. Ashe. So the message there's for someone, and what the message is. Okay? We have Nightingale, fearless voice, speech, communication of song. Communication or song. Communication of song also. They do have some questions that says, is there something you need to say? How long has it been had since you sang? Okay. Birds energy, nightingale, it's a very small bird. If you've ever seen a nightingale, they're very teeny. They're very small, but their voice, baby, that voice is like when you hear a dog barking and it sounds like a big dog, but then a small dog comes around the corner. Like that's pretty much a nightingale. And I feel like in a lot of ways with this underestimation of power and this overprotectiveness, you may have been in hermit mode where you felt like your size or the knowledge that you have and things like I said, this competition or comparison, it's like you're not doing it anymore because you're recognizing that doesn't matter, because when I open my mouth, when I do what I need to do, when I allow that allows it to be loud, like crescendo. Am I using that? Yeah. Am I saying that right? It's like a crescendo effect. It bounces off. It's an effect. So even in the dark of night, even in the light of day, like you will know. Okay. It is very, very prominent and you're recognized. I don't need to underestimate myself to be myself. I just need to be around people that allow us all to shine. Right? I was at the Miguel concert the other day. He was like, everybody put your lights up. And we put our lights up. And he was like, okay, everybody look around you, look behind you. He was like, everybody put their lights up and everything became brighter. But everybody's light's still up. That's the message. Like, make sure like you are shining and you don't need to dim anybody else's light to shine. It allows it to shine brighter. And so with you being around these energies that allow you to shine brighter, it allows for blessings and reception to come in, and you can be more fearless, you can be more open. And not saying you possibly won't face challenges or triggers around people because you, like I said, you possibly were in this hermit mode. It's trying to create a bubble mode, possibly a protective mode, but it's stepping out of that and recognizing, protecting myself, allowing myself to be seen by the right people and dismissing the people that can't see me at all. Ashe. So it says, when you are unbalanced, you sing, you speak freely with kindness. Like I said, that compassionate never left. This stays here. And I'd be saying, you guys may do what I do, where you're having a conversation, but you're also having a conversation in your head, and so you're saying something, and you're not saying the full, complete words or sentence, or you would start a sentence in between the conversation that you started in your head. That's significant for somebody, because I just did that. But in reference to this being the compassionate energy, this being, the open energy and allowing that in. So take that for reference. It's speaking freely with kindness, you know? People only feel like the truth is horrible or bad or not good just because they're not used to tasting it. You know what I'm saying? You got what I'm saying. Ashe. When out of balance, shy, lump in the throat. Okay? To bring into balance, music. I also put for myself just dancing, just being around music. And I also like to tell people, you don't always have to listen to music with sound. You do not always have to listen to music with sound. Sometimes allowing your brain to just almost the thoughts that you're thinking or the words that you're having to almost go over the flow of the beat a little bit more without having somebody else's voice, i.e., like a cat. We're not going outside right now, sir. Okay? We have the camel, which is fire energy. I think I went too far. Did I? I think I did. I did. Yep. And as I was saying it, I just kept going. I know elephant is last. Yeah. Where the hell are you, camel? What the fuck? Oh my goodness. We have resourceful, independent, knows oneself. Okay. And I feel like with that hero mode, it did teach you a lot, but it's time to come out of it now and be seen and be heard and um invited in and enhanced and oh, helped with and by the right people. We have to keep when in balance, you are calm, you are content, and there's a sparkle in your eye. Like I said, camels have the fat on their back. And even in here, thank you, what it says, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. Like I said, it's no more competing, it's no more comparison, it's no more looking at someone a certain way. It's taking that and putting yourself where you need to put yourself, recognizing yourself where you need to recognize yourself, taking accountability if you need to, or constructive criticism when you need to, but knowing when it is that and when it isn't that. Like I said, it's taking these messages and not overheating itself and allowing that to come in, using that intelligence, using that innate power, and doing it in such a compassionate, feminine way that they're not expecting it. Not expecting it. So in those moments when people think you're getting heated, it's like, baby, you don't know how much I can hold on to. I'm like the cool of the night, baby. It says, when out of balance, dehydrated, and lacks vitality. Vitality is energy, okay? Vitality is your life force. Vitality is that solar plexus energy. And it's taking that recognition. Dehydrated is literally, you can be having headaches, your muscles can be tight, you can have sore neck, sore back, you cannot be able to poop because you're dehydrated. Also can't really eat food as well. It's hard to think because you need more oxygen to your brain, and it's hard to get oxygen to your brain if there's no actual, you get what I'm saying? So it can lead to a lot of things, and that can lead to kind of a body out of placement. And fire energy is that physical force energy, and so they want to make sure that you keep that in check, keep that in balance, okay? Because to bring it to balance, an exploration, a pilgrimage, okay? Going somewhere, exploring somewhere, going further than outside. You really got to go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Even if it's just, going outside and reading a book outside for yourself. I was right. It is solar plexus. But you have to, because solar plexus energy is literally healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. It is literally an expression of self. And that's why you got vitality as well, that solar plexus energy, and allowing what you are expressing yourself are mentally, emotionally, right? And spiritually, and allowing that to encompass itself. Okay? It says, when the essence of this card is in balance, you express yourself creatively and sexually without fear or shame. You know what you desire most, and your heart is at ease, and your relationships are meaningful and enduring. You are able to loosen your grip of self-judgment, and you let the cool waters, come on now, Come on the fuck now to heal your wounds. So, when the energy of the serpent is not yet activated, your emotions and creativity are left in muddy waters. That's why you got the dolphin, then intellect. Come on now. We're pulling it, we're pulling it, we're pulling it well. Let's pull it up. Spirit said, pull it up again. Hello, keep going. Keep going. Strong spiritual practices. It is that allowing. So always cleansing, almost like a sound bowl. Doesn't it look like you hit the sound bowl and that's how it looks in the sand or the water when it's doing that? It's frequency. I love it. It says the current of expression stagnates in some areas of your lives and in other places it may flood. Okay. And that's what you need to bring into this balance, this nurturing energy, this not overprotective energy of self. Okay. It says it's important to remember that no matter what the waters of your emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves you just the same. Like a mother, again, wraps around you. She supports you and you learn to express your true natures. Okay? It says it occupies the area of the, I'm going to butcher the name possibly. That's a bad thing to say, isn't it? I feel like that's a bad thing. We're gonna research that later. I may mispronounce it. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. Savra Hishtana chakra. It is located within the pelvic bowl, okay? All this area, even down to the back, your lower back as well. This chakra is known as your center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother or Kundalini herself, okay? Kundalini yoga is also good to do. I believe it's is it yin yoga? It's either yin or yang yoga, one of those two, or both. Like I said, dancing, that freedom, dancing, music, expression. Music is sacral energy, okay? Pulling it in. Sacral chakra also works with your, no, third eye chakra, those visions, being able to see and interpret that. Let's see what we got here so I don't take up much. Okay, do we got anything else from here? Pulling from here. Let's get some final cards for y'all. Some final messages. I feel like it's just a lot coming your way once you exit out of whatever you need to exit out of, whether that's a mental exit, an actual physical exit of going outside, an emotional exit of speaking how you need to speak, even though you need to speak up if you need to say something. But it's allowing either way, this is all an embodiment of an expression of self. Knowing yourself, understanding yourself, and loving yourself no matter what. Because it's hard to heal things if you're even looking at yourself in a way of shame and judging and just, it's like if you didn't like being yelled at when you was a child, don't yell at yourself. How that whimsy, how that folly. Yeah, look, 5 of Cups, emotional loss. It's gonna be a shift. It's gonna be a change, and they even said this is literally about your emotions, your desires. That is also the sacral energy. You have the energy to keep going. I feel like you do. I know that you do. Ashe. Let's keep going. I like that. Look, are you noticing this? Are you notice how like divinely your shit is set up? Water, water, earth, earth. Come on now. Come on now. We got a major arcana card coming in here. Power. Hello, Rookie. Sorry, I didn't want to dismiss it. The 6 of Pentacles, the balance, material and spiritual prosperity. What did it say? Allowing yourself to receive blessings. Allowing yourself to receive that understanding, that grace. I guess he's just going to stand there. Is that what's happening here? We love you. This is about courage. This card is literally the courage card. What is it in the major arcana on the other side? Thank you, Spirit. What is it? I think I figured it out. It's strength. Thank you. But this is the courage card. This is how I think about it. Just having the courage to know you. But if you want to know in the major arcana, it is the strength card. Again, that balance, the 8, the strength of balance and feeling like it feels like two people are just standing there sometimes, but no, somebody's moving. We got the 3 of Cups, rejoice and celebration, like-minded energies and spirits coming in here again. Be around people that celebrate you, that push you, but that also call you out. Let it be known. Set those boundaries and those intentions. We have patience. This is a temperance energy, balance energy, allowing that to set forth into you. Again, those cold elixing waters, allowing yourself to. Temperance is really about balance, combining elements. That is literally temperance, combining elements, outside forces, your current stack of cards, and creating something new, that feminine energy, that divine introspection that is allowing for the climax of all situations. 7, patience and planning. This is why you can speak so boldly. This is why people are not expecting it. Patience and planning, 7 of Pentacles, a lot of abundance, a lot of reaping of the harvest, a lot of bounty coming in here. So that's where you got the whimsy, the folly, the folklore. It's like it's going to feel like that. It's going to feel like you're in a good fairy tale, a good folklore, a good proverb, you get what I'm saying? Like it's on this other side of the knowledge, the wisdom, and possibly the challenges that you have been facing, but it all was worth it. It all was worth it. Can you find a messages or card, Spirit? Awareness. Need I say anymore? Need I say anymore? This is the Magician. Awareness. Taking all of the elements, again, using all of your resources. Because you know that is not the limit of what you are capable of receiving. Just because it looks like that's all that you have, or that's all that it could be. No, that doesn't apply to you. That never would apply to you. That never was going to apply to you. That's why you only take what is for you. Baby, it's time to rejoice and celebrate. Buy yourself a cupcake. Make yourself a cake. It's time. Yeah, the Tower moment. This is not for you, though. This is a disruption of your life and allowing you to shift and create pieces that align with you. Tower moment being upright is my favorite thing, especially with it being on top of the Magician card. The Tower moment is outside forces. Ooh. I think there is a fight. And so with that chaotic energy trying to come in and set it up, we're going to... Yep. Keep the motherfucking pushing. 6 of Swords. Moving on. I love you guys. Love yourselves more. Until next time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.